All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're tackling a huge question. In this crazy, interconnected world of ours, how do we stay true to ourselves while also feeling like we're part of, well, everything? It's something a lot of us wrestle with. In a world that seems to be pushing us all toward one single, modern mold, does holding on to our unique heritage, our own color, so to speak, make us seem kind of old-fashioned? That's the core problem we're digging in today. So what we're told is that modern life often presents us with two pretty bleak choices, two dead ends, really. On the one hand, you can just withdraw completely, pull into your shell, and start seeing anyone who's different as an enemy. Or, on the other hand, you can just vanish, dissolve into this colorless void, losing everything that makes you unique just to fit in. Honestly, neither of those sounds very appealing, right? But hang on, what if those aren't the only two choices? The wisdom from our source material says there is another option, a third way, a path that's more balanced, more noble, and avoids those two extremes. And it all starts with a really powerful metaphor. That third way is built on a core idea that helps us visualize what a healthy identity even looks like. Let's talk about the tree of being. It all starts with this quote from the poet Yahya Kemal. Now, this isn't just some nice poetic line to hang on a wall. It's a fundamental truth. Our future, everything we hope to be, is fed, nourished, and held steady by our heritage, our past, our roots. And this is where the tree metaphor just clicks. Think about it. The roots of a tree, our heritage, our character, our morality, they're mostly invisible, buried underground, but they are absolutely essential. They provide all the strength for the visible parts, the branches, to grow, to reach for the sky, and to actually contribute something meaningful to the world. A tree with shallow roots just can't stand tall. Simple as that. So, here's the kicker, and this is so important. Building your own strong identity isn't a selfish act. It's actually the very first step to being able to offer anything of real value to other people, to humanity. You have to be somebody before you can help somebody. Okay, so that's the big idea, the why. But how do we actually live this way? That brings us to our second key concept, the compass of character. That tree idea is beautiful, right? But the real question is, how do you put that into practice day to day? To answer that, the source material gives us another incredibly useful metaphor. Let's talk about the compass. I want you to think of this as your personal GPS for navigating the world. It's a tool for living a life that's both deeply grounded and completely open to everything the world has to offer. Here's how it works. Step 1 is simple. You plant one foot firmly in your own values, your culture, your moral center. That foot doesn't move. It's your anchor. Now, for step 2, with your other foot, you are totally free to roam the entire globe, to engage with every culture, every person, all of humanity. And then, step 3, and this is the purpose of it all, your journey isn't just for sightseeing. The goal is to contribute, to beautify the places you go, and to help soothe the pain you find along the way. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. If you focus so much on your own identity, your own roots, doesn't that risk creating, well, problems? Let's tackle that one head on. This is the big but, isn't it? If we're all so focused on our own color, our own background, isn't there a real danger of that turning into arrogance? Or even worse, into racism? And the answer we get is a resounding never. In fact, this is the whole point. It turns that entire idea on its head. It's not about feeling superior at all. Okay, check this out. This slide breaks down the distinction perfectly. On one side, you've got this ugly, false pride, which is all about looking down on other people. But a noble identity, that's something totally different. It's about entry or race for goodness, a kind of friendly competition to see who can be the most just, the most honest, the most helpful. You see the difference? One leads to arrogance, and the other leads to service. Just think about it for a second. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, never told Salman the Persian or Bilal the Ethiopian to give up who they were. Their unique backgrounds were celebrated within a larger community. And that's the whole goal, a world full of rich, vibrant, different cultures, all bringing their best to the table, not some bland, uniform gray world. All right, let's bring these two big ideas, the tree and the compass, together and see what kind of posture, what kind of stance this leads to in the world. So what this all boils down to is that this isn't some cold academic idea or an empty slogan you put on a t-shirt. It's about action. It's about constantly, actively searching for an opportunity to do good, to be kind, to help out. Goodness isn't something you just think about, it's something you do. And this beautiful little couplet from the text just sums it all up perfectly. The true art of living this way is to serve others with a bright soul, to aim to be a source of healing and light wherever you go. And that's the final synthesis. The ultimate goal is to have a stance of honor, to stand confidently with your head held high because you are grounded in your values, but to use every ounce of that confidence to humbly serve all of humanity. So that leaves us with a final question for you to think about. What are the deep, invisible roots that give you your strength, your character? And as you move through this world, where is your compass pointing you to serve? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.